Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Time to look at some sporting stories in the world of sport. As we start with CAF story, CAF Confederations Cup, where a Nigerian team, Rivers United, went to Congo, Brazzaville, and they lost that game 3-0. It was a routing there. Diables, Noirs, the one they call Black Devils. I don't know how you beat Black Devils. Crushed Rivers United in Congo. And I have in the studio Emmanuel Fashion. Good to have Emmanuel.
Good evening, Adeni. It's quite a lovely encounter, though. For Rivers United, they lost that game yesterday due to, according to the coach, and when I saw some parts of that encounter, what we call tactical indiscipline. In the first 30 minutes of that game, Rivers United was all over Diables, you call them the Black Devils.
The Black Devils.
They were all over, the boys from Rivers were all over the Black Devils, but they couldn't take their chances, and after 30 minutes, they were pegged back, and to Rivers United, they also got a penalty, and they lost it. So for Sterling Eguma, all their real chances yesterday, I think they need to come back home, look at where they actually need to correct, and then make sure, because now they now have an uphill task. They need to cancel those 3 goals.
They must score 4.
They must score 4. And this is not a good start in a group that has ASEC Mimosa and the rest of them. And ASEC Mimosa drew their game yesterday, and somehow it's a favor to for Rivers United. But all they need to do against ASEC Mimosa in their next game, they need to take all 3 points, not just 3 points, at least by 2 or the same goal they conceded, so that they can be safe. But overall, this is the first game. Your first game matters in any competition and even in the group. But I believe Rivers United will bounce back. And then I actually love what the coach said. He actually, when he hit the nail on the head by saying they lost to what is called tactical indiscipline. And that is true, because it was as if the boys were jittery on the pitch of play, as if they've not. The last time we had a team in the CAF Confederations Cup like this, and it was in the final, they were called Sharks of Port Harcourt, the Dolphins, when they were called Dolphins. That was in 2006. I know it was a whole, as in the teams that the boys that are playing now, some of them were still even small in 2006. They don't even know if they will play for Rivers United. So I can forgive them for that. But coming back home against ASEC Mimosa, they will be playing that game at the Nest of Champions in New York, because that's their adopted home ground. They need to cancel out these 3 goals if they really want to progress.
If they want to progress, talking about Rivers United, Nigeria defending champion when it comes to MPFL, but right now they struggle in their first match. They were defeated 3-0 by Diables, Noirs, what you call Black Devils. But right now they need to up their game, because that group, they are a tough one so far. Well, tactical and discipline, let's hope that they will be disciplined by the time they get to next match, that they will play in the CAF Confederation. That's the only team left in the interclub competition that has to do with CAF, and we've been giving you updates concerning that match where they lost out over there in Congo, Brazzaville. Now let's talk about the MPFL. Well, a lot of clubs right now are beginning to sack or appoint, but this time around, why the former coach of Accra United was removed from that team. Another one came in from Wiki, talking about Kabiru Dogo. Kabiru Dogo, former coach of Wiki Tourist, now the coach of Kwara United. Kwara United appoints Kabiru Dogo as coach.
Well, should I say he's leaving a murky, a very hot soup going into another hot one.
Frying pan to fire.
From frying pan to fire. But overall, Kabiru Dogo is an experienced coach. He is from that side of the country. And for Kwara United, they've not really started the season very well. They've been languishing. They are in Group A, and they came up against another team that is not doing well. That is Nasarawa United, and Nasarawa United had to make a statement. We might be on the same radar right now, but I think we were better by getting that win. But for Kabiru Dogo, I think he's going there with a whole lot of experience. He has been in the MPFL for more than 5 years right now. So he is somebody who knows the in and out of the MPFL. And if you look at it very well, the average league right now, for one, I'm somebody that I support the Abridged League, but every other person might see it because I see the competitiveness in it.
I think I'm beginning to like it. I don't know why clubs were afraid not to play.
No,
but really, it's very competitive.
It's very competitive. Why they are afraid is it takes a toll on the players. You play 18 matches to play, and you know it's a marathon race. There's no rest, there's no break, and now the first half of the season is gradually winding down. I think we'll have this is the last weekend for the first phase of the league. By this weekend now, the second phase of the league will kickstart, and that is where it's going to be hotter, as in get hotter the more, because teams will want to get that third slot. First, second, no, what they want right now is just get into the third position, second position, or the first position. Then you are guaranteed of playing the Super Six.
The Super Six, well, to let you know that Kabiru Dogo has really moved around Nigeria, has been with Nasarawa United, Lobby Stars, Wiki Torres, now is with Kwara United. Let's see what he'll be doing if he can turn around the fortune of Kwara United, what they call the Harmony Boys. Let's see what they will be doing there. Quickly, we move away from there. Let's go Spanish now, as we give you matches we played. A lot of matches we actually played, but the icing was the fact that Barcelona defeated Villarreal. Let's look at the result. It was a pipped Pedri, well, to the rescue there. Barcelona won against Samuel Chukwueze's team, who lost that game at home. And you see Osasuna also playing draw. Celta Vigo, Atletico Madrid in favor of Atletico came visiting. Rayo Vallecano shared the spot against Getafe 1-1. You have Cadiz defeating Girona 2-0. 3-2 for Real Betis, who came visiting also. 2-0 for Sevilla against Mallorca. Atletico Bilbao 2, Valencia at the Mestalla Stadium. They lost that game. What's happening to that squad? Getafe actually playing 1-1 against Rayo Vallecano. If we transfer that to the table right now, Barcelona actually widening the gap again after winning against Villarreal. Let's look at the table now for the fact that Real Madrid went for the Club World Cup. They were able to win that one. So at least they're still celebrating. But right now, Barcelona, they added more. 56 points they have. Real Madrid, who actually are yet to play the match, they have 45 points. And you can look at that gap seriously widened. Emmanuel, Spanish La Liga is getting interesting. Real Sociedad third with a point ahead of Atletico, who actually have 38 points.
For the Spanish La Liga, it's really getting hotter and hotter, and Barcelona is not looking like somebody, like people who wants to run away with the league. But for Real Madrid, we know they normally prioritize their what they want for the season. They won this. They won the La Liga last season.
They got it.
They got it. Champions League. They got it. And you know, at times Real Madrid might not be doing well in the league, but when it comes to Champions League, they will tell you we are the kings of Europe. Some time ago, somebody was saying Madrid will start fumbling in the league. At the end of the day, they will go and win the Champions League and not want other teams to win it. But overall, I think Barcelona has actually given a good account of themselves. When Xavi came in last season, nobody actually gave him that chance. Everybody was saying Xavi is not going to really take Barcelona back to where they are. But gradually, he brought in young players, and now they are playing very, very well. Madrid have a game in hand, and if they can win it, it's going to be 48 points. They will close up the gap a bit. But as it stands, it's a good one for Barcelona to actually stay at the top of the league. At the beginning of the season, Real Madrid was there, and they started losing concentration because they went about 32 matches unbeaten before they started losing the game. And people say yes, they've tried, and now they prepared themselves. In the last two games, they didn't do well before the FIFA Club World Cup, where they actually won that trophy against our own Odion Ighalo's team, Al Hilal.
Well, good one for Real Madrid and also for Barcelona. While they were winning the FIFA World Cup, Barcelona was widening the gap at home. And you look at how it's going over there in La Liga. Now, if you flip it to 11 to 20, they also have a look of how it's looking now. Elche, Getafe, Valencia, 18th on the law. What a way for this season for Valencia, Espanyol, Cadiz, Almeria, Celta de Vigo, Valladolid, Sevilla, and you have Girona in that order from 11 to 20. We actually took it from the bottom to the top. with 9 points for FC, just up to, or else they're out of the league. Now let's go German Bundesliga to give you as also went down across different stadia in Germany. Quickly, let's look at the result. Wolfsburg, all of them playing. And you have Wolfsburg against Schalke 04 0-0, Mainz 05 Augsburg. Bayern Munich defeated Bochum 3-0. Well, what expect that from them. Freiburg 2-1. Borussia Dortmund winning away against Werder Bremen. You have Bayern Leverkusen also making statement against Hoffenheim 3-1. Union Berlin 2-1 against Leipzig. What a way for Leipzig, who have been defeating all the club this season, but they got defeated by Union Berlin. Hertha Berlin 4-1, 1-2-3 for again Borussia Mönchengladbach, and you have Eintracht Frankfurt defeated by FC Cologne 1-2-3. Now let's look at the table. Bayern are really coasting home. You can't take that away from Bayern. They are topping with 43. Union Berlin are also trailing by just a point. A tough one for them, but they have. But look at the goal difference: 41. To 11. They didn't concede much goal, so they are scoring more. Borussia Dortmund are third with 40 points. You have Freiburg, Leipzig, Frankfurt, Wolfsburg, Leverkusen down to Mönchengladbach.
Well, the surprise package for me is Union Berlin, a team that got promoted last season, and Taiwo Awoniyi left that place and coming to England. For Union Berlin, they've been the surprise package for the German Bundesliga. The way they are playing this season, they might absorb Bayern at the top of the table, and if that happens, we are in for a very big show in the German Bundesliga. But overall, the leaving of Lewandowski from Bayern never showed. 41 goal difference to 11. That's to tell you Lewandowski was not even the main man. And coming in of our own African Sadio Mane gave a good cover for that space.
Well, Bayern, the one they call the Bavarians right now, really in there, but just with a point ahead of Union Berlin, who are really breathing down the neck of the Bavarians. Now, if we look at 11 to 20, although it's still a big battle there in the German Bundesliga, rather 18, Schalke 04, surprisingly, they are down 18th on the log. You have FC Cologne, Mainz 05, Augsburg, Hoffenheim in that pecking order. But Schalke 04 this season, well, if they are to be among the big boys in the German Bundesliga, they need to up their game, because right now they have minus 27 as a goal difference, which is not too good for a team. If you recall, a galley play for Schalke 04. Now, Italian Serie A, well, for the Milan teams, AC Milan and Inter Milan, what's the way to go over the weekend? Olivier Giroud scoring for AC Milan. Let's look at the result as it went down. That was the only goal against Torino. Giroud to the rescue there. Empoli 2, Spezia 2. Roma, they shared this play against Lecce. Talking about Jose Mourinho, Team AS Roma. Atalanta, talking about Ademola Lookman, rather, was at least an assist man. He was able to assist one of the goals where they won 2 against Lazio in the city of Rome. Udinese also defeated Sassuolo 2-2 there. Bologna lost at home against Monza, who actually got the son of Obafemi Martins there in that club called Monza. Juventus won against Fiorentina, was a good one for them. Napoli, Victor Osimhen, who stopped scoring, he was unsung, and he was also able to help Kvaratskhelia to also add another one against Cremonese. 3-0 for Napoli. Stop them if you can. That's the statement coming from a team who are right now trying to get to that record they did 33 years ago, when the man that is actually late now, talking about Diego Maradona, did it for them. And our own Victor Osimhen scoring in 17th goal of the season. Let's look at the table over there in Italian Serie A before we talk about Osimhen. Italian Serie A is really very interesting right now. Napoli are really coasting home, adding more every day. Inter Milan are second with 43 against 59. Atalanta 41. Emmanuel, take it from there.
Well, let me start by saying on this show right now, congratulations to Napoli, because nobody will stop them to win the league this season, and I'm happy for our own son, our own brother, uncle, Victor Osimhen, who scored his 17th goal all in the Italian Serie A for the season, squashing the record of Higuain this season. Now he scored his 17th goal, and before the game against Cremonese yesterday, he was awarded a Player of the Month award. That is for January.
Maybe before we talk about Osimhen, let's look at the table. Napoli really, they've done well by really leading the table now. Inter are second. Napoli are going really with a fast pace there. 39 goal difference. You have Inter with 43, and you have Atalanta, AS Roma, AC Milan are on the same point, 41 apiece, but on goal difference of 17, 10, 8. Lazio, Torino, Udinese, Juventus are back to number 9 position despite being deducted of 15 points, really showing their class as the old lady. Monza are 10th on the log, and you look at 11 to 20. Let's flip it quickly before we come back to the top. 11 to 20, you have a lot of teams there. Salernitana all fighting for space. They are 16 on the log. Verona, Sampdoria, Cremonese, Lecce, Empoli, Bologna. But our attention is going to be on the top 5. That's Napoli. Now, coming back to what you were saying, Osimhen has been in fantastic form for that club. 17 goals. He has been able to jump over the record of Maradona, who actually scored 16 goals 33 years ago, and that was the same year they won the league. Now I can say Forza Napoli. Forza
Napoli, yes. Napoli, they are coasting home 59 points to the nearest person who is on 43 points. That is quite a huge gap. AC Milan was chasing them behind before they started falling down the order, and then after about 5 matches without a win, they were able to get their win yesterday through Oliver Giroud's lone strike. And for Napoli, they've really come a long way. I think it is time, because they've really put in the hard work. For the last 10 seasons, Napoli have been trying to lay their hands on that trophy, but they came close. That was in 2012, but they could not get it. They came close 3 seasons ago. They could not get there. They struggled and they lost that. But this time around, I think they have actually learned from their past mistakes, experience. They've gotten it players wise. And when Spalletti came in, Spalletti told the board that they should just be patient with him. Napoli is going to actually get what they deserve, and that is where we are going to right now by bringing in young players. When Osimhen came in, injury didn't actually allow the young man to give his best for that club, but right now he's injury free and he's banging in all the goals. Congratulations to
one of the best seasons of his life right now. Talking about Victor Osimhen, Forza Napoli, they are really edging ahead. Well, I'll continue to look at that. Ademola Lookman too is not doing bad at Atalanta. Was able to give an assist. The two Nigerians are really doing well over there in Italia Serie A. Well, we quickly look at French Ligue 1. Matches were also played. PSG were actually defeated by Monaco in that game 3-1. Messi, Mbappe, well, they were quiet maybe because they didn't play well. For Neymar couldn't save that club. They lost that game 3-1. OGC Nice, Mofi couldn't score, but they won that game 3-0 against Ajaccio. Clermont 0, Marseille 2. The big boys are beginning to wake up from their slumber. You have to do 3-1 against Reims. Lille also defeated Strasbourg, and you have Lyon defeating Lens in that game. Quickly, let's look at the table. Despite the fact that you look at PSG from the way it is, despite losing that game, they really work hard. They are topping with 54 points, followed by Olympique Marseille 49, Monaco 47. And you look at Lens, Lille, Reims in that pecking order. Lyon are standing 9th, Lorient, OGC Nice, that's the Mofis new club. They are ahead of this former club by just a point, Lorient. And you have Folani Balogun doing so well for Reims. Folani Balogun scored another goal to make it 15th goal of this season over there in French Ligue 1. And Folani Balogun is really enjoying his life right now. Let's really look at the bottom of the table before Emmanuel will actually chip in some talks there. Toulouse, Clermont, Nantes, Moses Simon team, they are 13th on the log with 28 points. Ajaccio, Auxerre, Ingas are down the table with 10 points, and if you ask me, they need to do more.
I think they will go back the same way they came to this to the league this season. But for the top of the table, PSG, they don't have any problem staying at the top, 54 points, followed by Marseille. Marseille wants to go back up to where they used to be playing the Champions League football. And one of the surprise package is Lens, a team that was struggling last season, and this time around they weren't the Champions League or the Europa League, whichever way. From 4 to 6, if they drop, they will still get the Europe spot. But overall, for the French league, it has always been a one-man show. That is for PSG. But last season, I love what happened. It was not business as usual. But this season, they want to claim what they normally win. They won it 8 straight on the bounce before they lost it out. But overall, for the French League on, is always interesting. And I'm quite happy that we have a Nigerian who is scoring goal. That is Folarin Balogun. We have Terry Murphy also. So the Nigerians in the league this season, one of them will actually get the golden boot for the highest goal scorer. That is, if Mbappe don't catch up, then you should expect that Terry Murphy or Folarin Balogun to actually get that golden boot.
Well, as you said, Nigeria is not Nigerian yet.
He has not played for us.
For under 21 England.
England, he still had the chance to switch allegiance.
But don't call him a Nigerian.
Okay. Let's say the English-born Nigerian.
Talking about Folarin Balogun there. Right now, he's really doing so well. 15 goals and topping the French League on top scorers. Well, good one for all Nigerians playing abroad over the weekend. The likes of Victor Osimhen, Folarin, not forgetting Terry Murphy. All of them really fought hard for their clubs, Ademola Lookman inclusive. And quickly, before we wrap it all, let's just take you through the story of transfer, where Southampton are keeping tabs on JC March after Nathan Jones' departure. I want to see if they can get the former Leeds United coach. What's the way to go? They sack him in Leeds. Southampton want to keep him to sign him. Newcastle are ahead of Liverpool and Barcelona in the race for Eintracht Frankfurt midfielder Daichi Kamada. They want to go for the Japanese player, that's Newcastle, and they want to get him to sign for them. Let's see what they will be doing as they are ahead of Liverpool and also Barcelona. And this one says Southampton and Leeds want Argentine coach Marcelo Gallardo as manager. Well, as we were airing JC match, they also put another eye on Marcelo Gallardo alongside Leeds United, who actually got Nathan Jones off their book. So right now, the man called Marcelo Gallardo is there for them to grab. Chelsea are keen on Barcelona Moroccan winger Abdel Ezzazoli. Right now, they want to get Ezzazoli to the Stamford Bridge. Really, Chelsea are buying a lot of players. They want to get Abdel Ezzazoli there to champion. That is Stamford Bridge. And the last one is about Liverpool. Liverpool actually they've joined the race to sign Victor Osimhen. Victor Osimhen was being pursued by Manchester United, talking about Chelsea, but right now Liverpool, the CAF, they've joined the team that are coming for Victor Osimhen.
I will only advise Victor Osimhen that he should just take his time, weigh his option before coming to England. Because if Victor Osimhen comes to England at this point in time, I know Manchester United is ready to bring the banks for him, Liverpool, Chelsea, and I know between Manchester United and Chelsea, Chelsea will have that big heart to actually spend that huge amount of money, because Victor Osimhen might cost 100 and something, more than that, million euros or in pounds, and that's going to be a huge one for Victor Osimhen.
Let's see how his name will be fighting for him. Now talking about Victor Osimhen, where about 3 big clubs in England are already fighting for his signature. That will be it on 360 Sports. Emmanuel Fashimi, thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.